Welcome to Burn the Ship, the podcast that's helped entrepreneurs go all in on their business, and we introduce them to professionals that can help them to do so. Today, we have a very special guest. Matt, how are you doing today?
Doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Please introduce yourself and the name of your business.
I'm Matt Edwards. The business is Disaster Recovery Specialist.
Awesome. We so look forward to learning more about your business and how we can help you. But before that, we want to learn a little bit more about your story. And we understand that time is one of our most valuable resources. So tell us a little bit about your journey, Matt.
My journey started I grew up in Fayette County, Georgia.
Okay.
Basketball was my number one thing growing up. Loved it more than anything. Fayette County High School. Went there, and then transferred over to Sandy Creek. Did some moving around.
Okay.
Just had a great childhood, great parents. Made some not so great decisions like we all do. You know the drill.
That's right. So. Now, for yourself, you said basketball. I don't know if they can chill or not, but your chest is way big above this mic than mine. How tall are you, actually?
I'm 6'9".
6'9". Okay.
I'm trying to slouch a little.
I see that a little bit. They don't understand, but he can barely fit through this door. Now, you said you were there at Sandy Creek. Did you finish school? You went on to something else playing basketball? Tell us a little bit about that.
I did. I finished school, made some not so great decisions, like I said. So I veered away from sports at that time.
Okay.
Doing the young stuff.
Yeah, chasing some money or something like that, doing some alternative types of things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, even inside of that, with those alternative things, I'm sure, there were some experiences that you had that you learned from and that you did, were able to build some character up from there. As you moved on, I know you did those things. Did you do anything else? Like, I know we talked about security and things like that.
That was the next thing I stepped into, was starting at like the nightclubs, because my size never hurt anything.
That's right.
And so I started at like working at nightclubs, moving around different security gigs, private security.
Okay.
Did some shows for rappers and just different things that I could use my size
use
for.
the size for. Now, what would you say the cleanest, craziest thing that you saw doing security? Someone trying to jump off a balcony to get in
I'll
there?
I'll never forget this one.
Okay.
I was working at 1150 in Atlanta.
Okay.
And we had a fight broke out. And I had, subdued a guy, had him in a full Nelson. That's what you did, just to keep him from hurting anybody, or, you can't do much in a full Nelson when I'm behind you, holding you,
Yeah.
And his woman came and hit me in the back of the head with a stiletto.
Oh, my God.
So that was the worst. I'll never forget that one, because next thing I feel like blood gushing.
Oh, yeah.
So that
was a sharp shoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that was the worst thing that ever happened. And it happened to be a 5'0" nothing, 100-pound nothing girl that. It was the only time I ever got hurt doing security.
Did you swing him into her, knock him down, or what did you do?
No, I let him go immediately.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then we had police there and all that, so they got taken care of. But yeah, it was a little scary.
Yeah, just like on that end, it was a crazy type of story. Tell us one of those good stories that came about, something that you were able to do on the positive end with the security and the bouncing that you took care of.
Oh man, just. Kept things cool.
Okay.
Kept things cool, calm, collected, and that was the job. Where people would start to act a certain way, I could just go stand close to them. Yeah. And it would
just calm down.
Yeah,
man, I tell you, being big like that has its advantages.
It does. I'd trade it for nothing.
I'm sure. Now, when you were being a bouncer, time continued to move on. And I know that there was, because we had the pre-production and, I know what's next as far as inside of your story, which is when you started your business. Now, was there an event that happened that made you move away from doing some of those other things and then into bouncing and security? Was there an event that happened that made you go all in on your business, your current business?
The main event was the kind of type of lifestyle you live when you are in those environments.
Right.
It's not something that, I met my woman, and she had younger children when I met her, and I knew the kind of lifestyle I was living at the time was not going to transition well if I wanted to be a positive role model in kids' lives.
Okay.
So that was the hugest kind of reason of transition, was I wanted to make some changes before I had kids looking up to me, and make sure I was worth looking up to.
Yes, nice. Was it one of those things where you were able to find a higher power, starting to change some things, saw some things, or
100%.
Okay. Tell us about that.
I could say I changed teams.
Okay. Was it where your lady helped you do that? Your family member, something happened, and you say, "Hey, I got to check this out and see if I can do a little differently"?
The main thing that happened is I had a dent in my car.
Okay.
And I got home, and my woman showed me, my wife showed me the dent, and I was very entitled at the time, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I get on the phone, I get on Google, want it fixed immediately.
Yeah.
So I call a gentleman named Kent the Dent Guy.
Okay.
And mobile. Kent the mobile dent guy.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he's coming to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he tells me, hey, I'm not mobile anymore.
Okay.
So I hung up, kept calling.
Yeah.
No one could do it that day.
Okay.
So I tucked my tail. I called him back. I told him I lost connection.
Yeah.
And he was like, gave me an address in Kennesaw. So come on over, we'll take care of it.
Okay.
I get over there. He's working on my car. This guy's about 5'5", 5'6", smaller gentleman.
Yeah.
He gets up, stares at me, points me straight in my face, and he says, when are you going to learn?
Okay.
And I'm like, learn what?
Yeah.
He said, God's been saving you your whole life.
Okay.
And that was like I had a playback in my mind going of all the things that happened that I made it out of, where all my friends were either in jail or dead.
Yeah.
I'm like the guy that got out.
Okay. Man, that's awesome. I wonder what led him to know that, as far as his spirit being able to connect with yours on that particular level. Was it probably that conversation, how that conversation went?
It had to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew. It's like he knew who I was.
Okay.
When I was sitting there, it's like he was being like teleprompted on who I was and the life I'd lived.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
But it was divine.
Hey, listen.
It was why I'm where I am today. I thank him for being the one to guide me.
Yeah, that catalyst. We've always heard that throughout our lives, that he works in mysterious ways. You don't know how he's going to appear, and he appeared in Kent the Dent Guy, little 5'5" guy coming after a 6'9" monster. All right, so now things are starting to change in that particular fashion. You're moving away from the bounce and the security, and you're about to get ready with your fire water restoration. Tell us how that transition happened for you.
We were at dinner. Me and the wife were at dinner. Ran into an old boss of hers who did fire, water, smoke.
Okay.
She was sales.
Okay.
So he offered her a job back, and with extra benefits and these things. It was just kind of crazy at the time.
Yeah.
And then offered me a position as well for us to work together.
Okay.
And that's what kicked off the fire, water.
Okay. That's your
situation.
journey right there, right?
It was just,
that's awesome. Now when you started with him, what were you doing when you first started?
He brought me in. He showed me a water meter.
Okay.
Showed me how to turn it on.
Okay.
It's like you stick this here.
Okay.
If it goes off, you cut it out. If it doesn't, move on to the next part and just follow the water.
Oh, I get it. Oh, you're talking about like moisture wise.
Yes.
It will tell you if it was too. Okay.
It'll tell you if it's over the level.
Oh, I got you. So you did that. How long were you doing that before the opportunity came to take over the company?
Maybe 6-8 months.
Okay. So it was a quick transition.
The owner got in a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
And we could see kind of the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
So we transitioned and borrowed $20,000 from my uncle and started everything with a $20,000 loan.
Okay.
Got a little truck.
Yeah.
Got a little equipment.
Yeah.
And hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's been on since then.
It's been on since then.
Nice. Now tell us all about your business. Now in this particular segment, I want you to tell us what you do, how you're helping people, what's your area that you like to cover. Tell us all about your business.
So we specialize in insurance work. Okay. So when people have a hot water heater bust, a toilet overflow, a lot of people have no clue what to do.
Right.
Some people think throw a fan on it, wipe it up with a towel.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Okay.
Water gets underneath your floors. It gets behind your walls.
Okay.
So when you think it's dry, and if it's not, you get mold.
Okay.
That's really the worst part of our job. If water didn't cause mold, we wouldn't even be needed.
That makes sense.
But that's us.
So it's water, fire. So with the fire, is that one of those things where you guys go in to try to salvage and clean up stuff, doing pack outs and stuff like that? Is
Absolutely.
that what you're doing?
We'll go in and what we call a muck out. So let's say you have a kitchen fire.
Okay.
Whole house didn't catch fire. You may have smoke damage. You may have soot damage in the rest of the house. So we go in and we focus on the kitchen first.
Okay.
We cut and gut whatever we need to. and then move from the kitchen to other areas, cleaning up soot, whether we need to remove the drywall or whether it's cleanable.
Okay.
We learn all this stuff in school,
Yeah.
so we know exactly how to attack, and do things as quickly and efficiently as possible. When the insurance company is allowing us to move quickly and efficiently, which is tough.
Which probably rare because they want to hold on to their funds as much as possible.
Every day.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
I know it's generally fire, water, restoration, things like that. Is it where you guys do any like bio stuff, like if it's blood or anything like that?
We were going to shift. Okay, this is a funny story. We were going to shift into that.
Okay.
And we got a call several years ago about a dead body.
Okay.
And the body had been removed.
Okay.
And they wanted us to come in and clean it up.
Yeah.
So I throw, I've got the biohazard gear for mold and all that anyway.
Yeah.
So I throw it all in the truck and I head down there and I get out of the car and I could smell the body from the driveway.
Okay.
And it triggered things in me from my past where like I found one of my best friends dead.
Okay.
So when I smelled it, it wasn't the smell that stopped me from going inside. It was the memory of finding my best friend passed away.
Yeah.
And it just brought back, so I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I couldn't do it, and I knew then that stop marketing it. Because if I can't do it, I don't want to try to send my guys in to do it.
That's right.
That's
right. Makes a lot of sense. Want to make sure I cover all of those services that you're taking care of. Now I want to talk about on the back end of things. So let's just say left the sink on, it overflowed, I came to work. You're going to come in, you're going to turn the sink off first, and then you are going to check with your machine to see what more areas you're going to cut it out, like you said, cut and gut. I think that's what you said.
And gut.
How about the replacement of it? Do you put it back together as well?
We offer a turnkey service.
Okay.
So we come in, we do all the proper demolition, all the removals, all the drying. Once we have deemed everything is dry and ready for rebuild, I have a rebuilder that comes in behind me, and he works with every insurance company. And it's nice to offer someone, because years ago when we didn't, people had to use us for mitigation and then go find someone for repairs.
Yes.
And it just slowed down the process.
Okay.
So we teamed up many years ago and streamlined the process to make it way better for the homeowner. That way they have, the minute we pull the equipment, our guys in there meeting with them, going over paint colors, which flooring do you like, cabinets if there's kitchen damage, vanities, countertops, whatever it may be. So it's easier when they have someone to fall back on instead of having to go start a whole new process with a whole new company.
Yeah, because once you build that relationship with them, you can handle all aspects of getting them back to some sense of normalcy like it was.
Getting their life back together.
Yes.
Right.
It's not where you got to build a relationship with you to do the remediation and then try to find a contractor that is worthy. You know how that goes, because people say they do this, but they don't do jack. And but you just do the whole thing and take care of all of it.
Correct.
Good. Now tell us a little bit about that geographical area. I know we're here in the Ackworth, Dallas, Georgia area. How far do you go out? Tell us a little bit about what areas you cover.
We'll do a couple hours.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A couple hours from here, we'll handle. When we start getting to 4 hours and plus, it just makes it rough because we're all about efficiency and effectiveness, and the closer you are, the easier it's going to be. So I'd say within a 3-hour radius of Ackworth, Dallas, where there's
That's a good deal. I always think that's important because I want people to know where you can cover. I don't want someone that's in Idaho to call you and you'll be like, hey man, I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure if the job's big enough, you'll make it work.
Well, we've done Florida, we've done Tennessee, because we're an emergency service, we're able to move rapidly around. So when hurricanes hit, if we're able to send a crew and a truck, we will. But we always put the home team first. We do not ever want people here that are calling us, because we get calls from, like, we opened in 2009. We get calls from people we did in 2011, 2014. So I always want to make sure we're available for our people that only use us. That's the advantage to us. Once you use us, you won't use anybody else.
Right.
And that's how we've been able to get to where we are. It's not billboards. It's not sales teams. It's you do good work.
Yes.
You treat people well. You're honest.
I got you.
It's that easy.
I got you. Now, I want to try to wrap a bow on, setting the correct expectation for everyone, painting a real nice picture. I know sometimes you get resistance from insurance, so we're going to remove that for a moment. Let's just say that and you think about one of the worst scenarios that you had, let's just say a shower upstairs and it blew it all the way down. So as a homeowner, what type of time frame am I looking at if there's no hindrance from an insurance company from you seeing it that first day, you doing your inspection, demo, cutout, turnkey back? How long does that process generally take? I know it's an average, but
it's an average. Well, if the kitchen's involved,
yes,
it's going to take longer.
Okay.
People like to choose specific cabinetry and whatnot, but from day one we get there. We start immediately.
Okay.
We walk you through the process. We show you with the meters why we're doing what we do, why we need to cut and remove everything.
Yes.
And if there's cabinetry involved, we got to get approval from the insurance.
Okay.
Hardwood floors, approval.
Okay.
Carpet, pad, vinyl, take out same day.
Okay.
Drywall goes same day.
Oh, nice.
Now, if the house is built pre-80s, we always test. And here lately, we've started testing houses because the standard has changed.
Okay.
So we're testing houses now that are even a lot newer than the 80s for asbestos and things like that because we want to make sure everyone's protected.
Okay.
And they're still putting things in materials today
yes,
that they shouldn't be putting in materials today.
Okay.
So we've got to cover our butts and cover everybody's butts.
Okay. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I just wanted to send the people that are watching today through your process so they can have an idea of what it's like to work with you. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that.
And the time frame issue, it can go very quickly.
Okay.
If there's no, let's say it's a cash job. Someone bought a house, they did not get their insurance in place yet, their house floods. Things can go very quickly. Yeah. But most of it is due to insurance dragging their feet. Like we just had one, it lasted 155 days.
Ooh.
A gentleman lived in a high-rise in Atlanta.
Yeah.
The unit above him flooded his unit.
Oh,
wasn't
man,
even his fault.
Have nothing to
We
do
see
with
those all the
Yes,
time. Yeah, we see it all the time.
Yes.
And the insurance brings in, his insurance, the upstairs insurance, the building insurance, HOA insurance.
Yes.
Next thing you know, there's 4 insurances involved, and all of them are just they're paying and it's been 155 days, and it's still sitting with no one approving. Still sitting. Now, guess what happened? Now it's mold everywhere.
Yes.
So now it's turned from it turned from a normal water mitigation to now a mold remediation.
Yeah.
And then so worse.
The resident, they're out. They just have to go
at
a hotel or something.
Well, they'll put them in hotels depending on their policies.
Okay.
Your policy has something usually called additional living expenses.
Okay.
So that covers you for when you do have a bad flood. Let's say it floods your kitchen, your bedrooms. The rule of thumb is if you can't cook.
Okay.
And you don't have a place to sleep, insurance will put you up. Now, years ago, it was way easier.
Okay.
Today, insurance companies are not like they used to be. So now it's pulling teeth to get them to move you out. If they feel like you can still live on the property and have a hot plate,
yes,
they'll put you with a hot plate.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? But if it's big enough, and we also help the homeowner. We work for the homeowners.
Okay.
We don't work for the insurance companies.
Right.
So when you do have a loss, your insurance company is going to offer to send their people.
Yes.
Well, always know that their people work for them.
That's right.
And your people, like us, we work for you.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Those are great things for the homeowners to be aware of. Don't necessarily rely on that insurance because they're trying to save as much as they can. So you're going to get the short end in most cases.
Most cases, we cut in, we cut drywall always.
Yes.
We take no chances. We have the meters. We follow the meters.
Yes.
The other companies, they're a little different. Yeah. If they can save, because where the money comes in is the rebuild.
Okay.
What we do is not cheap, but putting the houses back together is 3 to 4 times our bill.
Yes.
So if those companies can not cut that drywall, you don't have to paint that room. You save a lot of money.
I see.
We cut it, we're a 2-foot flood cut. If that wall's wet, we're cutting it because we need to see behind it.
That's right.
Because if you can't, that's where the mold comes from.
You just never know.
Yeah.
See, that makes a lot of sense. Since 2009, you have been doing this. I can already tell in our conversation, you're very knowledgeable, experienced about what it is that you do, and I definitely appreciate that. And in my next segment, I would like to talk about some of those best practices or business skills that you've acquired and nurtured over your full journey of life. I'm talking about from high school all the way up to bouncing, and even now with the mold, water, fire remediation. Do you mind sharing with the audience a couple of those best practices that you use now that have helped you to be successful?
Honesty.
Okay.
Be transparent.
Okay.
Don't hide things.
Right.
You know, and when you say it, you know, it's like my dad told me growing up. You know, say what you mean what you say.
That's right.
That's it.
Okay.
You know, if you can do those things, and then I think people pick up on your, like, this is not a brag. My close rate is about 99%.
Okay.
I think people see the genuineness. Like when I knock on your door, or one of my guys knock on your door, you always talk to me. You know, if you have a loss, I'm your first line of communication.
Okay.
So if I deem this something that I need to come out on, I'm there.
Yeah.
If it's a normal everyday, you know, hot water heater loss, and we got it, the guys will come out and handle it. And that was kind of the whole point of being in this for so long, is I didn't want to have to go to every single job. But if there's any extenuating circumstances, or if someone specifically is like, hey, I know you know your stuff, can you come? I'm on the way.
Yes.
No problem at all.
Okay.
But I also like to get my guys, showing them that I trust them, as you'll understand that. Like, that they don't always have to have me over there looking over their shoulder, because they know what they're doing.
That's right. That's right. So be straight up with the people, and the people will be straight up with you. That's a pretty great message.
I mean, simple.
Yes,
really, it's really simple.
Simple as it is. Now, in this next part, I want to move away from the journey. I want to move away from the business, and I want to talk about Matt specifically. So let's just say that the business is continuing to prosper like it is now. Time and money is no issue at all. If you didn't have to worry about any of those things and going to do those inspections, what is it that you would do with your time?
One word.
Okay.
Neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods. Okay.
So my rebuilder I work with is a full GC.
Okay.
So we have lots of access to do whatever we would like to do.
Okay.
I would love, and the reason I say neighborhoods is we all don't like HOAs.
Right.
Okay. Honestly, most people do not like the HOA. It's the little letters. So the reason of a neighborhood is when you build the neighborhood, you can control the HOA.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So our thought process is we'd like to build affordable homes, $250,000 homes, which is unheard of today.
Yes, yes.
And the profit margins, keep them low, where people are actually being able to move into a nice home that's built properly. And doing what we do for a living, we know how to build things to where, you know, we can minimize water damages when they happen. We can minimize things when they happen. It's just all in how you build the home.
Okay.
So that's kind of the goal, is to be able to build affordable homes. Like our son is about to get married. Okay. And it's so expensive to try to for them looking for a house right now. And what you get out here for $400,000 used to be $220,000.
Yes.
So that's kind of our thought process, is for the younger generation who is trying to get their first home and have a life together, and get their little white picket fence around their little yard for them and their dog, to be able to afford it. And it's not affordable.
I got you.
And then with the HOA, we'll have some bylaws, but we're not going to be strict. We're going to treat you like people instead of like a number. That's kind of the goal. That's what we would love to do. We're not there yet. But that's kind of the end game goal, is to be able to build affordable places for our younger, couples, our younger people, to be able to have somewhere to go and appreciate where they live, because it's built properly, and it's not lipstick slapped on a pig where it's falling apart underneath, because we see that all the time when we're opening up houses. We look at things and we're like, how did this even pass inspection? You know what I mean? You open up walls, you can see daylight coming through. You see the amount of bugs and just rot. You don't see any of it until you open the walls.
Makes a lot of sense. Even with all the money in the world, you're still going to be a man of service. That talks perfectly to your character of who you get when you work with Matt. So thank you so much for sharing that. And the next thing I would like you to share is your contact information. So if someone has a question about your journey, your story, definitely about your business, or just want to learn more about Matt, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
My number is 770-298-9561. Our email is drs4ga@gmail.com. We run everything through the cell phone. That's my direct number. You will get me every time you call, and then I'll determine, whether, like I said, I come out or send the guys out. But either way, you'll be taken care of.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that information. And thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing with us. And for all of our guests that come on, we always honor you guys because you came on, you gave us the ups, downs, and all arounds. So we try our best to honor you guys by giving you the last word. So if you don't mind, please look into the camera and tell the people something good.
Put God first. God is real. If he's driving, you can't go wrong. You'll have bumps and bruises, but keep him at the helm, and everything will work out in your life. That'd be the best thing I could say.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me.
Awesome. And to everyone that is watching, be kind and thanks.